So first and foremost, we have a line plot. And before I even look at my questions and my tasks, I'm going to look at my line plot and really figure out, what do I know about it? I see that the point 2 is labeled on the far left side. I see that there are tick marks in between, and I see that there's one other point labeled at 1 3/5. Now, I have to figure out, how do I get from 1 3/5 to 2 wholes? Or, since I'm dealing in fifths, I can relabel 2 as 1 5/5. So, what did I add to get from 1 3/5 to 1 5/5? I added more fifths, 2 more fifths precisely. In order to get to that point over there, I added 2 fifths. And I did that using 2 hops that were equal in distance. So, I'm going to equally share my one big hop of 2 fifths in between these 2 little ones, which means every time I move, I add 1/5. And then I added another 1/5 here. So I'm going to use a different color, and I'm going to label these points. If I add 1/5 to 1 3/5, I'm going to get 1 4/5. If I have this number right here and I added 1/5 to get 1 3/5, I'm going to do 1 2/5. Because 1 2/5 plus 1/5 makes 1 3/5. I'm going to put up here tick marks, means we're adding 1/5, just so I remember. So again, if I go from here, add 1/5, and I get 1 2/5, I'm going to get 1 1/5. Another way of doing that is just subtracting 1/5 the closer I get down. So this means this will be 1. This will be 4/5, 3/5, 2/5, 1/5, and 0, which means that we have found our origin. And our origin is that last tick mark at point 0. Okay, so now let's look at the questions. I need to plot point C so that the distance from the origin is 1 whole. So I look at my origin, and I'm going to move 1 whole. And I'm going to put my point C at 1 whole. Now I have to plot point E 4/5 closer to the origin than C. So E has to be closer to the origin. So it's going to be on the right of C, closer to this origin point. And it's 4/5 closer. Now, each tick mark is 1/5. So I have to move 4 tick marks closer. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to put my point down and E. So the coordinate of point E is 1/5 because it was 4/5 closer to the origin, and each little tick mark is 1/5. So we did it 1, 2, 3, 4 times. So point E is 1/5.